I mean, it's been quite a while, you know. Obviously, with the ending of the season last year with Charleston, that was probably the last competitive 90 minutes I've played besides preseason earlier in the year. But I mean, it felt good. You know, it was good to get out there and get the match fitness underneath me. I mean, it's been a while since the last time I've done it, and it was definitely tough. But I had to grind through it. But you know, it felt good. Obviously, coming out with the 3 points and also getting on the score sheet.
When did you find out you were going to be playing up here?
They told me after the Orlando City game in Orlando on Sunday that I'll be playing on Wednesday, and I mean I totally agree with the call. You know, I mean obviously we don't have a game again until Sunday against the Red Bulls, so I feel like a midweek game in the middle of the week just to get that little added juice was a great idea, and you know it definitely felt good, and I was happy to get out here.
Did you prepare any differently, knowing you were probably going to start versus with the MLS side, you've been a sub?
No, it's the same preparation. You try to approach each and every game the same way. You know, I mean, whether it's a second team, whether it's a first team, whether it's a national team. And I mean, you never take any opponents lightly. I mean, you go out there to win each and every game, and also as a striker, you want to get on the score sheet. And I was able to do all that tonight, you know, and also get an assist. So I mean, all in all, I think it was a decent outing. I think I could have sharpened up on some of my touches. Some of my layoffs could have been cleaner, but overall, I'm pleased.
Looks like a really good connection between you and John tonight. What can you say about John's development, especially with him being a rookie?
I mean, I just try to, you know, help the guys, you know, because I was once in John's shoes, and as I continue to learn, I'm still relatively young, but as I continue to learn, I just try to share my experiences with those guys. It's good to see the work he's been putting in and what he's doing, you know. I mean, it's obviously tough with the talent that we have in the first team, so it's very hard for him. It's been tough for him to crack into the first team, but he's been making himself, you know, giving himself good minutes down with ATL II, and he's making most of it. He's scoring goals, he's getting assists, and I mean the chemistry, we just talk about it. I mean each and every time we get a chance to practice, I mean we try to combine and move off each other, and that's totally what we do with the first team, so we try to bring the same concept to the second team.
What do you think of the young guys, Jose Carranza and Brandon Vasquez tonight?
Oh well, Brandon's a first team player, so Brandon knows what's required of him. You know, he's young, but I mean, when you're on the first team contract, you're expected to hold yourself to a certain standard, and I mean, it wasn't pretty at times, but he was able to get himself on the score sheet. I mean, the work rate from him was there, and I'm just truly happy and excited for all these guys, and you know, it's a special opportunity for them, you know, to obviously get the opportunity to play week in, week out with Atlanta United too, and also for some of us that's with the first team who are not playing consistent minutes to come down every now and again and get that minutes, and you know, it's beneficial whichever way you want to look at it. You know, it's never a negative, it's always a positive, and hopefully we can just continue to build and grow as players.
What'd you think of Mikey's 2 goals?
I mean, it's very rare, you know, you never really see Mikey get on the score sheet, much less grab 2, but it was 2 well-taken goals, 2 well-taken free kicks. I almost looked like Kevin Kratz for a second, but, you know, I mean, it was a solid performance by Mikey tonight. He was able to get 2 goals, and as I said, it was well.
Questions for Mikey Ambrose.
Did you fancy yourself a set-piece specialist before tonight?
No, I didn't. I don't practice them. I'm not usually allowed to take them with the first team, so I just said, why not have a go at it.
Were the 2 shots pretty much identical from the same spot?
The second one was a little closer, so I had to get it up and down a little quicker. First one was a perfect spot. Second one was a little tougher.
When's the last time you scored twice in one match?
Professionally, that was my first pro goal since 2016, so I haven't scored since then.
Okay.
Whose was better, yours or Kevin's?
Kevin's was on a bigger stage, so I got to give it to Kevin for sure.
You said you usually don't practice set pieces. I mean, where did you get the experience? I mean, those are 2 well-taken goals. Where did you get the experience of taking them?
When I was younger, I used to hit free kicks until I turned pro, and then when you turn pro, usually the forwards or the midfielders or like Miguel or something hits them, so I don't usually practice them anymore because I'm usually not the one taking them.
Whose decision was it for you to take them? Did you just kind of step up and say, I got this?
Yeah, well, with this team, I just said, why not? Let me go have a hit at it, so they all let me take it. Yeah.
Paid off.
Yep, there you go.
7 win race before tonight's result. How important is it for the guys to get this win tonight, especially at home?
Yeah, it was a good win for us. I think we did a lot better offensively tonight, but defensively, obviously, we need to work on a lot. But overall, it was good for the team to get a win, get 3 points at home, and we'll build from that.
Anything else for Mikey?
What you think of Will this evening?
I thought he did well. On the ball, he did well. Defensively, he did well. He had some big shoes to fill from AJ Cochran, and I think he did well. For his debut, I'm proud of him. I think he did well.
Yeah, it feels good. Definitely was a little more interesting than we would have hoped, but it's 3 points nonetheless, and we accomplished some of the things that we wanted to with getting some players some time in different spots and bringing some sharpness to some guys that we wanted to, and another debut for an academy player in Will Crane. So as I said, more interesting than it should have been or we wanted it to be. But at the end of it all, it's 3 points. So feels all right.
Who decides that Mikey Ambrose takes the free kicks?
Mikey hits them well, and when he's with us, he hits a lot of the set pieces. He's a natural lefty, and in those situations, he stepped up and hit them. And obviously, after you hit the first one well, you feel confident and you want to step right up and take the second one. So credit to Mikey. I thought he had a good performance tonight. He helped us, no question.
About Romario, he seemed a lot more advanced than most of the guys on the field tonight, but just good for him to just work out and play full match.
Yeah, 100%. As we all know, Romario is a very good player. It was a great opportunity for him to come across and get 90 minutes. Romario's movement, his technique, his athleticism, he grows every week and every year, and we see him now play consistently with the first team. It's great to have him here with us. He scores a goal. He's a threat all game, and I think maybe could have gotten another one if a ball was weighted differently here or there. But a very good player and pleasure to work with because he's also a hard worker and a good person.
What about Brandon, another guy from the first team? How with you guys this evening?
Yeah, Brandon has similar qualities. Technically, you see his consistency in tight spaces and his awareness and I was actually I didn't realize that he got the final touch on the last one. And so obviously it's a huge goal. In a game that was a seesaw that maybe shouldn't have been, it's a huge moment for us and for him. It's great to have him here and great to see him score that last goal.
It's challenging sometimes. You have a mix of people down here. You have first team guys, you have ATL II guys, and then you have academy guys. Is it challenging to mix all those guys together sometimes, or because they pretty much all train together at the same spot in Marietta, do they kind of all mesh pretty quickly?
I think from a style of play standpoint, the players know how to play together when we have the ball. But there's more to it, obviously, than just that. There's relationships positionally on sides of the field and centrally, and then obviously defensively. That's where time together really helps and improves things. And so, the truth is this group of players has literally never played a moment together. The back four had never played together. Mitch had never played with any of the back four players. So you see the inconsistencies with shipping 4 goals, which is not what we want. But at the same time, it's the reality of having those 3 populations mixed together on one field. And in a short turn to get them on the same page. So as I say, the club style of play comes out when we have it, but there's other moments, transition, defending, and some of those relationships that are really hard to develop unless the players play together. And so if we have this mix again, it'll be better next time.
What do you think of Mitch Hildebrandt tonight and just his first start since injury?
Yeah, I think, I'm going to have to look at the goals on video again to say, could Mitch have done this or that? But calming presence, good decisions with the ball, made a couple saves when he had to. And as I say, just another veteran behind the back four that helps. So I'm glad that Mitch is now back on the field. That's huge. That's the biggest win here. Mitch back on the field, playing 90 minutes and getting a game under his belt.
Does Carranza seem like he's really settling in right now?
Yeah, Jose, he started 2 for us. I think he's played in every match this year, maybe with the exception of 1. He responds well to coaching. He's a player I've worked with a lot before, so we have a good relationship, and he takes the coaching well. And what I said to him tonight was, we need energy, we need ball retention, and we need you to be dangerous in the attacking third. And I think to a T, that's what he did. He gave us all those things, and obviously played a huge role in the game winner, and also played a huge role in helping us see out the last 5-6 minutes of the game, which, as you saw, became 2 minutes longer than they should have been, unfortunately. But Jose played a role that was positive, no question.
Another strong game from John, goal and assist.
Gallagher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Looked like he and Romario were really combining well in the front of play tonight.
Yeah, I think although those two guys haven't played games together, they've certainly been in a number of training sessions together all the way through preseason, and then John obviously trains with the first team usually at least half the week, and so I'm not surprised to see those two gel. And with both of their gifts, both on the ball and also their dynamic, their athleticism, their ability to stretch a back four, it's difficult to key on one or the other. And so now Romario's movement opens space for John, whereas sometimes back four can key on John a little more. So that's sort of the hidden benefit of having a guy like Romario playing high up on the line there. Yeah.
How pleased are you with Will Crane's first match play?
Yeah, I mean, Will did well. To a player, every time an academy player has stepped in, by and large, they've had good performances. Will, I think, deserved this and earned it with his training habits, with his consistency, with his ability to take on information. And so none of us were perfect tonight, nor was Will, but really, really solid for a guy who's as young as Will to come in and give that performance. And I think as the game went on, he grew into it and felt more and more comfortable.
So. Just has to feel like a weight off, not just your shoulders, but the team's shoulders to get this result here at home. How do you carry that on later on in the season? Yeah,
I mean, certainly it's nice to get a win, but we didn't feel like we had a monkey on our backs. I think with the exception of Ottawa, the performances were largely good. Ottawa was a little disappointing after a long travel day and a 2 p.m. game and really a very difficult field. And part of that is the accumulation of travel after a number of games away. So we're happy to get the win. It helps us in the table. It helps build confidence and kind of get over that hump. But we didn't feel like there was a monkey on our back. We're doing what we want to be doing. We love to win, and at the same time, our work, I think, is measured in improvement in performances, not just in points.